It's time to wake up.
Welcome to Ask the Guru. I'm J. Rob, the Guru of Peace, and also the OG of Protein. I'm glad you're here. I've got questions that people have sent in me, so remember in the comment section to note any questions you have for me. I'll do my best to try and answer those. We get a lot of them, but I promise, I'll try to get through all of them. So let's see, what's the question for today? I have anxiety from time to time, and it seems to be getting worse with age, sometimes causing panic attacks. What causes anxiety, and is there a way to put an end to it? That's a great question, and that's not the first time I've been asked that question. I've been asked that question quite a few times because I think anxiety in America is on the rise. We live in a very fearful society, especially because the news comes to us through TikTok and Facebook and Instagram, and everything's dramatized, and if it's coming through mainstream media, any of the news channels, it's drama. Drama sells, and sales make money. These people are in business. Even people on social media are in business. They want followers, they want all these different things. So we're being bombarded by things that can take over the mind and create fear. You have to understand what anxiety is to begin with. So anxiety is really the fear of the future, where depression is the regret of the past. It's a pretty simple little teeter-totter. I'm not happy with the decision I made in my marriage. I'm not happy with the decision I made 10 years ago to move here or to take a different job. And so if you don't act on that, you become depressed. With anxiety, you're not knowing what's going to happen in the next minute or next hour or in the next 2 hours. There's a test coming up. I've got a job interview. You know, I've got to be on TV. I've got to be, I've got to take a deposition, or you just don't even know what it is that's going on, because the world could end tomorrow, because the way they paint this picture, it's almost over. So anxiety is like, I don't know what's going to happen in the future. So that creates the mind is grasping onto what if. What if this happens? What's it going to do to you? Well, the first thing that happens when anxiety comes to play in a person is their mind is moving quickly and they're daydreaming about the future that's not real, but they're creating fear from they don't want something to happen. When I was a kid, I was a diver, and I was a competitive diver, and I dived in the Junior Olympics and everything, and so I was a very good diver, a swimmer too. But in diving, they created a dive that you had to do a reverse dive. I had to go out on the end of the board, jump up, and go backwards and get as close as I could to the board. So I came up and down, so my face would be facing the board going backwards down. It was a weird dive, but it was called a reverse dive. And I almost hit the board one day when I was practicing, and it scared me so bad it created anxiety in me that was just numbing to me. I was afraid the whole week I had to go compete and I had to do this dive. So I know firsthand what anxiety is like. Many other times it's happened in my life too. Here's what happens in anxiety. The mind moves quickly, and the second thing that happens is your breathing patterns change. They go from normal, deep, slow breathing to rapid or quick, high breathing from the chest up. That's the first sign. If you ever feel anxiety, notice your breathing. Where is it? Is it high? And you will see every time it's up here, and you're breathing rapidly, maybe 12 times a minute. Now, some people and some doctors even think 12 times a minute is a normal time to respire, meaning breathe in and breathe out 12 times a minute. I think it's closer to 6. If you're relaxed and eating properly and have enough alkaline minerals and your blood's not being stressed from being too acidic. Breathing speeds up when you become more acidic in your blood. Why? Because that alkalizes your bloodstream. When your bloodstream is alkalized, your breathing slows down. When your breathing slows down, your mind slows down. If you have anxiety and something's bothering you really bad and it starts getting close to a panic attack, do this one simple thing. Take your hand in front of you and look at it and just stare at it for just a second. Bring you to the center. Then I want you to take a breath and hold it. Why would I have you take a breath and hold it? Because when you hold your breath, your mind stops moving. Because that's a mechanism that we've evolved to have. When danger strikes, you stop breathing, your mind stops, and now you no longer fear. You are now clear on what you need to do because your mind is not moving and muddying things up. So you bring yourself to the present moment, take a breath and hold it, and anxiety will go away. Your breathing is always what triggers panic attacks and anxiety. Second thing you need to do is to watch what you're eating. If you're not eating enough fruits and vegetables, your bloodstream can get a little more acidic, and it can't be very far off. It's like 7.4 pH, 7.35 pH, and it cannot vary from that at all. If it starts getting a little bit more acidic, your body has a very easy mechanism to fix that. Here's what you do. You just breathe more. By respiring out carbonic acid, which is carbon dioxide, carbonic acid is expired, your bloodstream alkalizes itself. So you really always maintain an alkaline bloodstream simply by breathing. You will notice people that eat more meat and higher acidic type foods, then you will notice that their breathing sometimes is interrupted or faster. And that can create anxiety just in itself. So always watch your breathing, and you can control anxiety. Many other tips on that I can give on future Ask the Gurus, but for now, that's going to be enough for today, and I hope this helps you if you have anxiety. I think a lot of people do. Love you out there. Be sure to leave a comment, ask a question, whatever you want, subscribe, and like. Really appreciate it. We love you out there. Have a great day, and
Hang loose. Get the chill on, hang loose.